Question is regarding psychiatric treatment. Carlos, I'm not a trained therapist or psychiatrist, and I don't have a perspective on that. I think that you should speak to somebody that is trained in psychiatry and psychology. I love the subject, so I've done lots of self-training, but I'm not qualified or an expert in it. Well, maybe I am, but only in my own right, and I'm only the only person that maybe says that. I've not got a board behind me that says it. That's a stamp. But I've done lots of training, but I would really, go and listen to them. And there's, like amazing people out there that are into this subject and into non-duality. If you look on my website under references, there's psychologists, like a non-duality psychologist page. And if you go on there, maybe you'd also find a psychiatrist as well. So I'll read this question out, but please, there's a chance that I'm maybe not going to answer because I just want well for you, and these subjects are very delicate. I've not studied the brain. Well, I have and not. Yeah. The following week I will see a psychiatrist. I had always refused due to secondary problems with the medication, but this last month I have had a health problem derived from my eating disorder, anxiety that has become even more complex than it's been for the last 15 years. Always living in fear and anxiety, my family's request is that you attend to me. I have tried to follow your teachings and others from various teachers, but perhaps my identification is very deep and I simply get lost in fear and anguish. And many, many years have passed and my body is getting sicker and sicker. I suppose it's necessary to take medication, although I feel an empty sensation. It is as if I feel that I have lost the battle to find something real and settle for the force or something. Yesterday was a difficult day, more difficult than other days. Thank you for reading. I'm so sorry, Carlos. I just wish you health and wealth and freedom. Like wealth, I don't mean monetary wealth, but like wealth as in prosperity. And I'm so sorry that you've had these hard times. I am totally not against medication. Sometimes traumas and, past conditionings and even genetics are just too deep and there's an extra help needed. And it's amazing that as humans we have that. I mean, I do have issues with medication because they're tested on animals, and I pray and hope for the day when we can begin testing them on just machines, and that will come. So I pray that science evolves quicker. But also it's amazing that we can do this and that we can have these medications and that people can have these knowledge about the brain and about what's getting stuck and the difficulties. You get some spiritual people that are really anti-medications, and I wouldn't look at it like that. Like, this is an aid. This is something that can aid you, and it's another journey. It's another experiment. So you can take this medication, it can aid you, it can reduce the anxiety, and then through that you can dive deeper into meditation and into freedom and into this message. So you haven't failed in any way. I know that the side effects can be difficult, but there's also many times that I've heard people not having difficult side effects where it's been really amazing and beneficial to them. And thank God that we have invented these things. The brain gets stuck just like the kidneys or the heart can get stuck. And it would be great if a lot of the doctors were more holistic. But the other problem when you go to doctors is they're not holistic, so they're not looking at the whole system. Yes, that would be great, but there's also that out there. I don't know what country you come from, but there is also doctors that are becoming more holistic, and this is becoming more mainstream. You have to just find the right doctor. And I think it's really beautiful that you're reaching out to people and asking for help, and that your family is there to support you, and that there is so much hope, there is so much possibility. Don't let non-duality or spirituality hold you back in that area. Many times I've watched people go on to medication and you know, it's just been such a relief. And, you know, then they've thrived in this subject. Whatever comes our way, I always feel like we have to look at it and view it as something that helps expand us. So this is another opportunity. This is a gift from God. Thank God, thank life that we have this stuff. I know that it's come from difficult circumstances with the testing animals. I always like to bring this up because I want us never to get complacent with where this comes. We thank and we honor those animals, and we give energy to one day we will be testing on machines, not animals. Like, we're getting there closer and closer. We're beginning to invent animal parts, and it's just, we've got to bring it more into consciousness. We've got to try to find a way to stop doing it on animals. Yeah. But what a blessing it's there for you. It's like God supporting you. It's like you're in a bath of support. Like, this medication is like helping you. It's like an angel helping you, or a bath of like golden light, and it will help you. Yeah. But and this is another disclaimer, like for anybody that's listening, like, you know, if you're struggling mentally, you know, this isn't always the answer. Sometimes psychologists and psychiatrists are needed. You know, if your cage, if the person is like really tight and there's lots of suffering there, you need help. That we've maybe really evolved in our society from medications or psychologists over the years. And yes, this is the ultimate freedom, but sometimes the brain is too stuck and it needs help.